Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, Governor Fubara replies FCT minister says he is not an ingrate. Martin Ameule colleagues demand Governor Fubara represent budget. Lawyers insist Martin Ameule orders no longer Rivers lawmakers. Non-academic staff to protest across campuses tomorrow. On the foreign scene, Liberian president cuts his salary by 40%. I am Kala Dakuru Batbor. We will go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, the news. To stay tuned. Now the news. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara says he is not an ungrateful person. Recall that the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, had described Governor Fubara as an ingrate. However, addressing leaders and members of the Ogbako Ikwere ethnic nationality on a solidarity visit at the Government House today, Governor Fubara said he served excellently in previous administrations in the state without any accusations against him.
Fubara is not an ungrateful person. If I were a bad person for 16 years, if I was a bad person, everybody would have known. But even your own child, let us start with the girl child. You get to a stage, your girl child will enter the bathroom and lock the door. Even if they forcefully put a feeding button on my mouth. If I get filled up, won't I pull it out? I want you to ask them in your own good conscience, what is that bad, that wickedness, that ungratefulness that this man has not shown or done?
Governor Fubara said the visit of the Ogbako Ikwere ethnic nationality worldwide shows that the political crisis in Rivers State is not based on ethnicity.
But today is not a day to complain. It's a day to appreciate. It's a day that just spelled out something big. That even those people that are generating this propaganda of ethnic politics, today the Ikwere people are here. Showing support that they are part of this government. They support this government. What kind of support again do I need? When your own father is here with me.
Correspondent Onyekachi Nwosu reports that the governor promised to complete the secretariat of the Ogbako Ikwere ethnic nationality, donated 100 million naira to the group, 2 SUVs to the President General of the group, and the chairman of the Rivers State Traditional Rulers Council, who led the delegation earlier. The chairman of the Rivers State Traditional Rulers Council, Eze Chike Wadu, and President General of the Ogbako Ikwere ethnic nationality, Eze Godspar Onwekwa, assured the governor that Ikwere people support his administration. Moving on. The Victor Okojumbo-led Rivers State House of Assembly today screened and confirmed Emmanuel Frank Fubara as a commissioner designate. The House confirmed him this morning during a sitting held at the Government House, Port Harcourt. Governor Fubara has now assigned him the position of Commissioner for Finance. Earlier, during the question and answer session of the commissioner designate, Frank Fubara, he dismissed rumors that he is a relative to the state governor, noting that he is from Abunima in Akukutoro local government area and does not have any family affinity with the governor, who hails from Opobo. The screening today is the third so far held by the Okojumbo-led assembly. The House also passed the Rivers State Emergency Management Agency Bill 2024 and the River State Transport Company Reform Bill 2024 for second reading. Our correspondent reports that the bills were later referred to the committee for the House for further legislative work. Meanwhile, Martin Amaewhule and his colleagues have issued a 7-day ultimatum to Governor Siminalayi Fubara to re-present the 2024 budget to them. Mr. Amaewhule read a letter that they plan to send to the governor during their sitting at the State Assembly official quarters along Aba Road, Port Harcourt today. In the letter cited by a correspondent, which is dated July the 8th, they said the government is barred from spending funds from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the state. They accused the governor of breaching some sections of the 1999 Constitution and the River State Local Government Amended Law 2023, among others. They said the governor's dealings with and recognition of the assembly made up of the said suspended lawmakers constitute gross misconduct and abuse of office. Today's sitting followed last Wednesday's ruling of the Court of Appeal, which dismissed the State High Court ruling that sacked them as members of the River State House of Assembly. Recall that Mr. Amaewhule and 25 others defected from the PDP to the APC on December the 11th, 2023, citing division in the PDP as reason. But the PDP says there is no division. 3 different cases are in court seeking the court to interpret Section 109 subsection G of the Constitution, which states that lawmakers lose their seats when they defect. No court has ruled on their status so far. One of the cases is due to be heard on July the 17th. Reacting to today's sitting of Martin Amaewhule and his colleagues, the senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, tells correspondent Choma Ezenwafo that they are no longer lawmakers in River State following their defection last year. Mr. Falana said they can only return as lawmakers if re-elected.
Of them, if they claim they are legislators and they pass any bill, anybody can go to court and challenge it, unless they want to have some political solution. And the political solution will mean that those who have left will have to go back to the electorate for renewal of their mandate. Once you decamp, you automatically lose your seat. You have to go and test your popularity before the electorate. Are they saying they are still members of PDP or what?
Mr. Falana also said the Court of Appeal only ruled on the jurisdiction of the State High Court and not on the status of Martin Amaewhule and others. He said the appeal court ruling does not mean they could now carry out their legislative duties as lawmakers.
The Court of Appeal did not say that they remain lawmakers because they had left. They had lost their seats. It's automatic. The Court of Appeal simply said State High Court has no jurisdiction in the matter, and the case was struck out. The court did not say you hereby remain legislators in River State. No, that judgment did not say you are hereby restored. The Court of Appeal could have done that because the matter of their membership of the House was not before the Court of Appeal. Unless they can get a judgment from the Federal High Court saying you remain legislators, they are gone.
Also, constitutional lawyer Richard Wokocha says the sitting by Mr. Amaewhule and others today was illegal. To take a listen.
One is parading, one is sitting. Those that are legitimate members of the House are sitting. Those that are no longer members of the House are parading themselves. The order removed is order is saying them from parading. So the order having been removed, they are simply parading. It has not changed their status. It does not affect what happened in 2023. The proper interpretation is return to where you were before the court made the order. It's that order that was thrown out because the Court of Appeal felt that the court that made the order did not have jurisdiction. Meaning that you can speak to the court that has jurisdiction to go and pursue it.
Professor Wokocha also said the confusion about the membership status of Mr. Amaewhule and others is due to the different interpretations of the appeal court's ruling.
The confusion that arises from each party interpreting the meaning of status quo ante bellum and interpreting it the way they want to suit what they want. But if you look at the judgment orders that copies of which of the certified true copies of which are available on the net and everywhere. If you look at it, the court simply said the High Court was wrong in adjourning jurisdiction, therefore the order is made without jurisdiction and is hereby set aside.
Still on this, a journalism educator, Professor Anyefiok Udo has blamed some media practitioners whom he said right for personal gains for the numerous interpretations given to the recent ruling of the appeal court. He urged journalists to adhere to legal accuracy rather than sentiment in their reportage.
Sometimes I read certain things that journalists write. I begin to weep because some of them will ordinarily, where there is no problem, will write, not just this Rivers State issue, they will write for politicians to cause confusion so that they can benefit from that. My take is that any journalist who wants to do his work conscientiously should know that he has or she has the Constitution to lead him or her, and he should abide by Constitution to write whatever he's writing.
Professor Udo also said the appeal court ruling was not straightforward.
The court never said that these people were still the members of the parliament, but the court was saying that courts that asked them out did not have jurisdiction. But I also have to blame the court because the court is not straightforward, clear with their decisions. They will say this, you say that. If you say this, and that thing implies that these people should go back to the parliament, what does it mean? So the court should have been able to say point blank what it said.
The Victor Okojumbo lawmakers have filed an appeal at the Supreme Court to challenge the judgment by the appeal court. Still to come, non-academic staff to protest across campuses tomorrow. Stay tuned as we go for another commercial break.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the news. And over the activities of LAU to disguise themselves as Obiakpor Council officials to impose unlawful tickets on them. Spokesperson of Drivers Welfare Association, Christopher Eziali, told our correspondent that they will be forced to withdraw their services indefinitely if the impounded vehicles of their members are not released.
some group of boys was hiding under the influence of the local government council, enforcing Obiakpo local government tickets on our members. Surprisingly, today they impounded 4 of our vehicles for the same ticket which our drivers purchased and be demanding 30,000 naira. With the hardship, it is unbearable. We can no longer take this. It's either they release our vehicle or we withdraw our services until our vehicles are released.
The Non-Academic Staff Union and Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Universities have directed their members to begin a nationwide protest tomorrow on campuses over their withheld 4-month salaries. The unions also say they would hold a nationwide protest on 18th July. We'll go for another commercial. When we do come back, the rest of the news. Now let's take a look at the international scene. Liberia's President Joseph Boakai has slashed his salary by 40%. President Boakai's office said he hoped to set the precedent for responsible governance and demonstrate solidarity with Liberians. Mr. Boakai revealed in February that his annual salary was $13,400 and the slash brings it down to $8,000. On the news this evening, you heard Governor Fubara replies after the minister says he is not an ingrate. Victor Okojumbo, lawmaker screen commissioner nominee, Martin Ameule colleagues demand Governor Fubara represent budget. Lawyers insist Martin Ameule orders no longer Rivers lawmakers. On the foreign scene, Liberian president cut his salary by 40%. The news was edited by Constance Mega. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I am Kala Dakuru Batibo. Good evening, do stay tuned.